Hey everybody, good morning. It is Tuesday morning and it is time for an update. Got a few things from Trader Joe's. I got some of their frozen green beans. I really like these. They're really nice. I got some bell peppers. I'm going to make some killer salsa. So I also got some of these Campari tomatoes. I like these. I found some, these are called blister peanuts. These really taste like the ones you get like at the circus or something where they're like roasted. And they're really good. They're bigger than normal peanuts. All right, shrimp stir fry. The macros looked really good on this, and protein, a lot of protein, really low carb too. So I thought, you know what, I'll use this as a base and maybe add a few more veggies to it or something, right? And some cauliflower rice, it'd be great. And then I picked up some of this cheese. It's $3.17. This is good cheese and very inexpensive, as you can see. This rosemary ham is always a favorite. Love that stuff. I think I could only find it there. And Columbus chicken breast. Now, they do carry this at Costco, but I can't get all the way down there sometimes. So I'll pick up a little one there, and that's pretty good. What else did I get here? Oh, I also got some of this French roast decaf. I love this stuff. It's super, super rich. If you ever get to pick some up, it's a really good brand. This is Trader Joe's, so I kind of like stock up on this. And I usually have it hot or cold. Okay, so really quick, honey's not here because he's at work, but he has been coming down in his weight. First it was like 0.4 down, 0.6 down. Now this week it's 0.2 down. And so he is doing rather well. He is working out, I want to say every day except for like 1 day a week. And he flip-flops his workout. So 1 day is weights, 1 day is cardio. He's doing fabulous. He is staying low carb and he is watching what he eats. So I am really very proud and inspired by what he's doing. Now for me, I have 2 more weeks to go of no weighing because I said I wasn't going to weigh in for 4 weeks for different reasons. And I want to see how that goes. I wanted to kind of like measure where I was by the way that I was feeling and have it be more intuitive and go with measurements and the way my clothes are fitting, things like that. Because that's how I used to do this many years ago. And that seemed to kind of like work. It felt natural to me. I never had a scale until I started Weight Watchers. And so that, of course, that was very useful then. And so we have it now, and I'll weigh in 2 weeks and see where I'm at to see if maybe this was a good idea or not. I want to do an update on what I've been doing as far as food goes. But first, I kind of want to tell you a little bit of something that happened to our 13-year-old son, which is relevant to what I'm doing and how I'm feeling. Now, he's 13, and he has been taking an acrobatics class with a type of acrobatics with our 2 younger sons for years now, and they have loved it and they've gotten very good at what they do. But he came to us and said, I don't really want to do this class anymore. And I said, well, why not? And he said, well, I just feel like I'm getting too old for it. And I said, well, there's other kids that are in your class that are your age. So what do you mean? And he said, I think I'm just past it. I've grown past it. And I said, well, if you want, here, I'm still not getting it. I said, well, there's another class that has like nothing but older kids in it. Would you like to try that one? And he said, no, that's not it. I just feel like, that was who I was then, but I need to do something else now and I need to become something else. And I said, okay, I get it now, right? And because we all sometimes we need a break or we need a break so we can grow, right? And so I said, okay, let's do this. Take a break. You don't have to do it, and you don't have to go back to it if you don't want to. But if you should want to and you change your mind, it's there and we'll be able to support you to go back to it. So he said, okay, that sounded very fair to him, and he felt free, and he didn't feel like he was being forced to do, Little League or something against his will. And but it taught me a lot about what I was going through, because I'm feeling like, my health journey, that things are changing a bit. And I need to kind of like take a break. This is one of the reasons why I needed to stop weighing for a bit. And I need to take a break and look into that and explore that and let whatever is going to happen naturally so that it could push me into where I need to be. And I want to be open to that because I know that not everybody stays the same. Nothing stays the same. And I do like growth and I want growth, right? So I don't want to stand in the way and put this round peg in a square hole or try to put it in there when it doesn't fit anymore. And does it fit anymore? It might, but maybe I need a break to find that out. So I stayed low carb. I'm still low carb and I'm doing great with that. I really love it. I feel like my body's always responded really well to it. Whenever I've done it in my life, I feel like it's responding so well. It looks differently. It feels differently. It feels great. The blood work is certainly showing that it's working for me. So I need to keep on going. I'm really enjoying it. I'm eating natural foods. One thing that it's really helped me do, sorry about the dog in the background, I used to be so fat phobic. And I think that's because of, the way that society has really believed that fat was responsible for, all the cardiac type events and whatnot. And there's all this stuff, right, that they're looking into now going, oh, maybe it wasn't totally like that. Maybe there's more to the story. And they're finding that out, but I have to find out for me what's working for me at the same time. So I feel like my tastes have changed. Now every 2 weeks you get new taste buds, right? So, I mean, if you want to give up sugar or refined foods, refined flour, try to give it up for like 2-3 weeks and hold out until your taste buds reset. And then maybe it'll be easier for you to come away from that. I think that that's what's happened because I do crave the savory things. I do enjoy a little bit of a sweet, but now because I've adjusted, if I was coming from refined sugar and refined flour and tried like a keto cookie or something like that, it really wouldn't seem sweet to me. But now they're very sweet to me because I've been away from that other stuff for so long that, it's a real treat to have something that's like a keto sweet. But mostly I crave savory foods. And fatty foods at the same time, which is very odd to me because I still will have chicken breasts, but I don't rely on them all the time. I have a lot of eggs. I crave beef, oily fish or tuna with a little mayonnaise or something that I know that I feel like I gravitate to something that I know is going to satiate me if I eat less of it. So in the morning I'll have, a breakfast that mimics like what other people will have, like waffles and eggs and bacon or something like that. But my waffles are keto or low carb. They're very good. Or I'll have like a smoothie or something like that, or pancakes that are keto or something. And then at lunchtime is typically the biggest meal, or it's not the biggest meal, but it's the most satiating, I would say. That's the time that I'm most hungry. And then at dinner time, it is usually very small, and it's usually very simple now. I don't make a big deal about it. I'll just have like 1 or 2 eggs, like 1/8 of an avocado, an ounce of brie, and a small, one of those little white small, they're like 25 calories each, I think, too. Low carb tortillas. And that's my dinner. And it is very satiating because it's higher in fat and it makes me feel like it's decadent. And I've really come to just go, okay, if I am going to have dinner, this is all I want. And that's what I'm having. I'm really, really enjoying that. I don't feel like I'm missing out on the sugary stuff, the cakes, cookies, ice creams, things like that. All the stuff that I gave up that was refined or high sugar, I know that I can make that in a low carb form and be quite happy with that. And so I don't feel, I can even have chocolate and sweets that are, keto or low carb. So I don't feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I'm able to have my cake and eat it too for once and not have to answer to the scale because of that. So I really love where I'm at, but because of what I'm doing is more or less listening to my signals. Now, the hormones, the ghrelin, the leptin, the things that make you hungry, the things that make you feel satisfied, right? My insulin, there's another hormone. I feel like all of that is being able to heal. And so I can trust those signals more, where I couldn't if I'm having higher sugar or refined flour items. That's going to mess with my insulin. It's going to put out more than I should. It's going to mess with my satiation signals. I'm not going to be able to trust that. And so in doing that, counting points was really important, because that was like my outward satiation signal, right? My external signal to say, look, you might still be hungry because you're eating this and it's really sweet, but you've surpassed your points on that. So now you have to stop, go get something that is like a protein or something that's going to maybe fill you up, because, you know, your signal's a little wonky right now. I've not been having those things, so I feel like those hunger signals can be trusted. The ones that I am putting out that say, oh, you've had enough of this. I say, fine, I have had enough of that. And I'm able to walk away from that. And so for that reason, I stopped counting my points as well. And I said, I want to, now might not be forever, but it might. I'm waiting to see if I can do this intuitively. Can I do this, since I can trust the signal more? And I know what I'm having. I know the calories of what I'm having, and I'm very conscious and I'm mindfully eating, knowing that. So if I have more at one meal, I pull back at another meal. And I'm not going to cheat by having high carb things between my meals or anything like that, because it just doesn't fit anymore. I'm finding that within the perimeters of this low carb lifestyle and staying on it diligently and responsibly, that I have so much more freedom to be able to be free of counting those points. Is this going to last? Is this even going to work? I will find out in 2 weeks. When I weigh in 2 weeks, I'll find out if maybe I really need to rely on those points. But, you know, I mean, there was life before points, right? So perhaps we can do this naturally, and maybe I can figure out how to live without doing that. You know, that might be nice, actually. So we'll see. I'm in the middle of a grand experiment for myself as far as health-wise, and it feels very natural to do this way. So I wanted to give you that update on where I'm at. I'll still show you some of the things I've been eating, but they're, you know, they all fit within low carbs, and it would translate excellently, because I've already translated it into WW, the diabetic plan. It would, but if I'm like having the same thing, I know what I'm having, and I don't necessarily need to count that, maybe this is a good time to go, maybe you can do this without that. I don't know. I know that's like, you know, oh, I can't believe you said that. I'm talking to a Weight Watcher community as well, you know, but life is what it is, and it doesn't always stay the same. And sometimes you have to do things like this. So I want to be completely honest with you guys and let you know what I'm doing. Okay, guys, I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll see you next time.